this might sound a bit weird, but I'd asked the Lord, what should I do this afternoon? And I just heard this voice say, go and sit in the garden. So I did. And right in front of me, I noticed that a little sunbird was building its nest, but like 2 meters away from me. And I watched this in fascination. Every time the female would come with a bit of fluff, the male would sit on a pole or somewhere prominent and make a heck of a noise to distract anybody looking, and the female would then dash in and carry on building. I would watch this on and off and always just wonder what would happen next. And then one morning I heard this incredible cheeping and a noise, and I thought maybe one of the birds had seen a snake. So I went out and had a look, and there was a class's cuckoo being fed by my little sunbird. The class's cuckoo will typically choose nests belonging to batises or sunbirds as their host nest and lay an egg there, and either the egg of the sunbird would be chucked out or the sunbird's baby would hatch. But because the class's cuckoo baby is a lot bigger, the little one would be squeezed out or die of starvation, really. So I felt a little disconcerted by this whole setup, and asked the Lord, what are you trying to show me here? And I just thought often of when my children hit teenagehood and they were like these big babies, and you don't quite know how to handle them because they really do come from another planet. And even some circumstances in life, you wake up one day and they're there and you've got to deal with it. Perhaps not what you bargained for. Maybe you feel it's unfair, but you're stuck with the circumstance. And I just marveled at these sunbird parents, because I'm sure they were Christians. They jumped into the task that God had set before them with such grace and a single-minded desire to do the right thing, no matter the seeming unfairness. But then I also felt really akin to this baby. Often we might feel that we don't fit in to this life. I know I certainly did. And I remember one of my children once saying, Mom, I'm not meant for this life, which is actually quite true. But yes, we do sometimes feel that we don't fit, but the truth is that I am loved by my Father in heaven, and that He has a plan for my life, that He knows my days, that He knows my needs, and He will bring the right people across my path when I need them, even though they might be midget parents. So I continued watching this little baby for a few days as he got stronger and bigger. And then finally he was ready to hunt for himself, and I watched him catch his very first worm all by himself. And then the sunbirds could breathe again, and I think they just must have packed up and gone on holiday.